you see people expressing themselves in all different mediums, but seeing it in breaking, to me at least, it resonated with me really deeply because I could really feel like I could do it. How I got started with the lab was I actually watched, it's kind of the cliche story of how a lot of people get into dance nowadays, at least hip-hop dance, is that you watch too much dance TV, or like America's Best Dance Crew, or So You Think You Can Dance, things like that, and then you just want to do hip-hop choreography. I contacted the president, Don, and he told me that I should come through, and I had no intention of breaking, to be honest, until like they were showing me it, and it was all very foundational, but I wanted to get better at it, but it was so intimidating because if you're not good at it, it's kind of like I played violin when I was younger, but if you're not good at violin at the beginning, it's gonna sound really terrible until you practice enough, and you have to do like hours and hours of practice until it sounds semi-okay. So that's what breaking felt like to me. I just like felt the need to dance and express myself in that way because like I would do it casually at parties, or I would do it casually like by myself in my room secretly. I just like started becoming more serious with breaking, and now I've been doing it for 1 to 2 years, and that's how I got involved with the lab.
Hey, my name is Shamir, aka -1 from the lab. I've been dancing for about 12, 13 years, give or take, on and off. I teach yoga classes, I teach fitness classes throughout Chicago. I street perform for a living. We're going to Hawaii. We're like the acrobats that flip over 6 people at the end, comedy and everything. And yeah, I am a dancer. I was about 3. My mom would turn on this one specific song, I forget what it was, and I would wake up out of the crib and I would just dance a little bit and then go back to sleep. So like it started from there, and then I used to live on the west side of Chicago, like Pulaski, and I got a little bit into footwork, things like that, but it's more like, you know how people do the Dougie and they do like the jerk, like, okay, it's just a move to get into. So fast forward to high school, 2005, I went to ASIN for the first year, and it's an anime convention in Rosemont. And I thought I was an okay dancer. I met these guys, they were breakers and poppers, and Michael had shown me this move, which is a side freeze, where you hold your whole body up straight like this, and it just blew my mind because I was out there skating. So met those guys, they taught me some moves. I picked up this DVD called Breakdance Step by Step, and after that, every day I was just pulling the couch pillows off my dad's like couch, working on moves, going outside to like practice and things like that. And then it just like kind of consumed me. It was like an everyday thing for the next 11, 12 years, yeah. So I started at an anime convention.
My name is Connor, also known as Chambers, from Hinsdale, Illinois. I was actually scouting for colleges, and I was staying overnight at DePaul, and just by chance I ran into some people in the student center, and they were talking about breakdancing, and I was like, hey, I break dance as well, and then they took me to practice, and then that's essentially why I came to DePaul. My older brother in high school was a gymnast, so I briefly tried my hand at that, but I wasn't a fan. It was it's far too rigid and structured almost for me, but I really liked the athleticism behind it. And it took a minute, but I realized breakdancing follows a lot of the same foundations, but it allowed me to branch out. For a while, it was just kind of like a cool like thing I could bust out at dances and stuff, but it slowly turned into a personal journey. I really kind of grew into myself when I joined a dance crew. I feel like that then was really the first time I've ever been truly passionate about something. So dancing really taught me how to really strive for something, really want to better myself for myself.
I feel like dance relates to all art forms in the way that art is basically a reflection of everything we do, everything we say. And so you can't really divorce dancing or break dancing from all the other arts because it's just like another form of expression. It also tries to test boundaries, and I think that's what true art tries to do. It tries to define and redefine and break what we believe the world to be. You can play with the duration of your movements. You can play with how far it goes, or how many times it goes, the symmetry of it, the mistakes in it. If you want to include your mistakes, if you want to make symmetry out of those mistakes, and I feel like that's present in music. I feel like that's present even in painting. And I feel like you can do the same with dancing. You can do the same, especially with breaking, in the way that it's coded, in the way that it's performed.
It's just about having a way to express yourself, and it started in like really distressing times in New York where like shit was burning, it was high poverty, it's just fucking terrible conditions for people. And it's a way for people who don't have any way to express themselves to do it through movement and to create from scratch. I mean, so that foundation is create, enjoy, and like unify. I mean, it's not supposed to separate or anything. It's all about coming together.
So I think dancing has deeply affected the rest of my life. I think it influenced me to change my major. I think it influenced me to treat people differently, to start treating myself differently.
I would say my favorite thing is just like it keeps me happy. It allows me to express myself in certain ways. It kind of molded me and like made me a humble and like, you know, consistent, like hardworking person. It's changed my whole world. I honestly can't see what I'd be doing without breaking.
It's just a group of like-minded people who are interested in the same things, and I would say they're almost like a second family almost. Like you just spend so much time with these people and you really get to know one another.
You just have to come to find out.